Last but not the least, we have Mr. Shahpur Agha, Senior Manager at BADRI, who will be sharing his expertise on data governance. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I know we're short of time, so I'm going to try and make this a little swift. Today we're going to talk about the crazy world of data and how data governance and data management impacts our world at this point. So as we probably already know, there has been an unprecedented surge in data usage over the last few years, especially if you look around from 2019 onwards. There has been an extensive rise in how we use data online and offline. So companies are dealing with a lot of data integrity issues, and regulators have started looking at this very actively as well. We are looking at another crazy rise in the next few years. And this is billions of terabytes. So we're talking about a huge amount of data and so on and so forth for the next few years. Recently, the Central Bank of UAE issued a requirement. This is bank specific for implementing data management frameworks for these 6 areas that have been mentioned here, which are data governance, data sources, data collection, data quality, data storage, and infrastructure. We also feel that insurance companies have started looking at the same as well, and in the next few years, this will trickle down to other industries as well. Now, just want to briefly talk about our areas that we are focusing on here at BADRI. So these are the 6 hand-picked areas that we have chosen, which seem to be hot at this point. Policies and standards are basically how we implement our data across the enterprise. Data quality is obviously making sure that our data is up to the standard that is required for future insights and analytics. Metadata is your glossaries, and also reference and master data management is something which we actively look at. Data lineage is your journey, and business intelligence is the reporting piece of the data quality itself. So the approach that we take for data quality is first we try to identify how this problem even exists in your organization. So I usually give examples of addresses. That's a huge problem, not only in the financial industry, but I'm pretty sure in other places as well. So whether it's your claims data or even premium, address fields, which are usually free form, are not stored in databases really well, and they cannot be utilized properly. So once we know the problems, and same thing can happen with dates, names. Once you identify the problem, then we go into actually defining how the problem can be fixed. So we profile the data, we categorize them, then we standardize it, we measure, and then the measurement and monitoring piece comes into the automation of data quality itself, where on a daily basis, executives get reports on how clean your data is on an ongoing basis. These are literally the backbone of data governance. These are the dimensions that we use. Completeness, consistency, accuracy, timeliness, uniqueness, and traceability is something which is also now pretty much part of compliance. So it's interesting because once these measures are implemented on your critical data elements, you can clearly see how your engine is running at the back in your database. So we write rules for all of these in your critical data, basically. So we took a case study for something that we did, and I just want to walk us through how this turned out to be. So if you look here, we started off with the key areas. So risk, all the risk areas, and for banking, money laundering is also very much popular with the regulators. So we put this in here, and within the risk areas, we identify critical data elements. So, for example, for credit risk, you would have your facilities as a critical piece of data. And once we identify those critical data elements, we identify the source systems where the data is flowing through. So there could be many within an organization, obviously, like you have source systems, then you have and now we have data lakes and all that kind of stuff. So after that is identified, we go into the data quality piece, and again, we have those 6 dimensions that I mentioned earlier. We define those, and once the engine starts running, we also have to figure out where the data has to be stored. So all this falls under data governance, and which is a subset of the data management framework itself. Now, with all of this happening, the result is pretty magical. You will see that all your insights start running really, really well, and eventually you will get to almost 100% clean data. Even AI now, which is such a popular phenomena, it really heavily depends on data governance because the better the quality is, and the more diverse the data is, the better your AI is going to perform. So just a closing Menti that we have here for all of you guys to vote on, please. Very close. Thank you so much. Any questions? We have one.
The cloud-based solutions that we have now in the market, how do you see the insurance landscape adopting to the cloud-based technology or solution, or even storage, which was one part of the framework?
I think from a regulator perspective, I'm hearing that cloud is facing a lot of resistance from the regulator, because I think from a storage and where the location of actual data is, it has to be in-house. It cannot really be, so right now, cloud is in a sticky spot with even in all of the financial institutions. Like I think even banking is going through the same thing. So I don't think the regulator is going to budge on that. It seems like. So we'll see what happens. Thank you. Thank you so much.